you so much, my good friend. You see, I'm forgetting all the names today because I'm trying to get this going. Thank you so much for switching this on. So we are on the record. You see, it's flashing. So, like I was saying, we're not gonna do this side because that's where those incisions are and the sutures. Okay, when they infuse the cat. So we're gonna work on this side. So I'm just sort of removing this sort of muscle that twitches the skin, but you gotta be careful not to rip off the rest of it. So I just do a little bit, but then you could really see nicely the latissimus dorsi. So we're gonna start doing the back muscles here. Okay. Uh, so what we're gonna try and do first is dissect the clavotrapezius, so that the cat is kind of sort of in the middle. Over here, you can see the line, right? Okay. I should have. Can I have those big gloves over there? They're on the other desk over there. Those ones, the home box, that one right there. I like these ones because those other ones, I don't do good with those other ones. There used to be trash everywhere. The trash was supposed to be on each stand, you know? It's because I want to really put the camera where I need it to be. So that's why I'm taking good gloves. That I'm not going to be wet. Alright, very good, very good. As if it's like in the center like this, it's doing its thing. So what we need is a probe, right? We're gonna be doing this, and I'm gonna be posting this, okay? So you guys can watch. So you could see this line here going like this. This is where the trapezius comes. You see they nicked it already when they were skinning this cat, but that's okay. I forgive them. Okay. I just want to expose more of this, and then I'll cut this later. Okay. Okay. So what we have here is so you always have to your blunt end towards the cat, like that. Can I have that trash very close to me, please? So that I can be trashing these leaves. So that's where you put extra pieces of tissue, skin in the trash, right? I'm just making sure that we have the neck exposed nicely here. Okay? So I'm gonna start right here. It might be slick a little bit, but I'm using my probe to do that. Okay, and then sometimes if I need to gain access, you want to start where you have this levator scapulae going under the trapezius like that. So you want to make sure you don't cut this muscle, okay? So what you want to do is, you could see it kind of going up like that. You see here from there, okay? So that's what I do. And if I just wanted to gain access, I'll use my sharp end like this. Okay, my good friends? I'll use my sharp end like that just to gain access. Okay, and then once I do that, you see, I now have access, and then I could do this. You see, now I could see the white, the connective tissue that I can cut. Then now I could use my little scissors. Okay, my good friends? So like that. And you could see a whole bunch of cobwebs, which are the connective tissue. I like to call them cobwebs because they look like cobwebs. Okay, then you know you're separating properly. But if you start to see a lot of muscle fibers, then you know you've damaged the muscle, okay? You see what I'm saying? So there you go, there you go. So, you know, most of the time, you could do this, gain access like this, spread it, and then at that point, you're allowed to cut the connective tissue. You see what I'm saying? You're allowed to do that. And you could see my levator scapulae going here. That's where I started, where I found where this levator scapulae was going under the clavotrapezius trapezius. You see what I'm saying, my good friends? And you notice when I say the name of the muscle, I say it twice, right? Cat name, human name. So that's what you always do. You always do that, okay? Because this is human anatomy, but we're using the cat as a little model, okay? And then those pictures that I uploaded, you see what I'm saying? So there's the deal. You could see right there. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. This connective tissue. So I'm going to keep going down to the clavotrapezius, trapezius, to where it will now become the clavodeltoid deltoid. From the shoulder onwards, from the deltoid down, it becomes the clavodeltoid or clavobrachialis in the cat. It's still the deltoid in the human, okay? So you might as well just call it clavodeltoid because you know you're just going to prefix and call it deltoid. Okay? But you can still call it clavobrachialis if you like. If it floats your boat, you still need to call it deltoid in the human. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep going down here. Going down. And here you kind of have to be careful. One, you want to make sure the blood vessels are not getting cut. You see, the line is very clear. It keeps going down like that. Okay, so I do that. Okay, I do that. Okay, and then again, if I wanted to gain access, I use my sharp end very sparingly just to kind of get the, as long as I can see where my muscle line is. Okay, I can then do this. Do you see what I'm saying? And then I revert back to my blunt end. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how I gain access? And then when I do gain access, then I'm free to cut. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm free to cut. As long as I can see my line, and I'm not cutting close to the muscle, okay? I don't mind if I have some connective tissue hanging over the muscle like that. Don't cut very close to the muscle to the way you almost cut the muscle. Don't do that, okay? You can see my cobwebs again. And then I do that, and then I do that. So I want to scoot this blood vessel away from my deal here. Okay, like that. And did you see I'm using my little probe? I'm not cutting nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when I can see the connective tissue like that, you know, then I'm allowed to cut. I'm trying to go so that it can come on the video. Okay? So here now, because I kind of gained access here, you could already see my biceps brachii, You can see the two heads. You see the little crack in the middle, separating the two heads. You see what I'm saying? Isn't that cute? That's the biceps brachii, okay? So now that I got my access here, so you do a little bit here over the levator scapulae, then you do a little bit here, and then now you've got clear access. Looky here, I've got a whole day way of easy cutting here, and you notice my cuts are not that big. You see what I'm saying? I'm not like that. You see what I'm saying? As if I'm cutting a piece of cloth. You see? Because then if you're making a mistake, that mistake is gonna be magnified. But if you're making a mistake and you're making small cuts, it's a small mistake. Isn't that cute? So I keep spreading this, and here it's gonna be really attached right at the shoulder where it becomes the deltoid. It's gonna be like having a sort of tough connective tissue. That's why I come with my little scissors. But first I need to separate so that I can see. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I can see like that. You see, so I can see like that. As long as I can see the connective tissue, you see these are nerves and blood vessels and stuff. So there's that. So the brachialis is going to be here in the arm, and then it's connected to the only forearm muscle we're going to be dissecting, which is the brachioradialis. Okay? You see, this thing makes my nose run, so I don't know why that. So now we're gonna do this. You see here it keeps going up like that. So I'm gonna remove this fat. You can see this yellowish glistening fat. You know what I'm saying? Connective tissue. The fat is easier to spot as the connective, and the other connective tissue is white. It's also easy to spot. And if you cannot see, you try to spread your muscle like this, like I was doing with my deal, with my probe like this. When I spread it, you can see the white nice and easy, then you can cut. Okay? Before you, if you can't see the white nicely, try to spread it out and do stuff. You see? Oh, you see this white connective tissue? You see, this is tough, so I can make small snippets of that, as long as I'm not cutting the muscle. You can see my levator scapulae already here, going underneath, and I've already separated it nicely like that. So I know I'm not gonna cut it, because if I see cuts on this levator scapulae, then that's game over, right, for you, because that's not cool. You see what I'm saying? You see, there's my levator scapulae, because this scapula is right here underneath these muscles. So you see, now I can see this white line. You can see here, right? So I am allowed to cut with my blunt end towards the cat like this, and I make small cuts. Guys, can you be quiet over there? Can you tell those guys to be quiet? Because we got the door open. Oh, okay. Thank you. Because they were really like talking loud, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be also a quiet study area. Those corners on is in our building. They're not supposed to be chatty areas. But there you go, my good friends. Oh my God, isn't that beautiful? You see here, it goes over here like that, and here you might cut a little bit of muscle, because this muscle here is going to be all muscle. So up to the connective tissue here. So this is where I stop. So I have now, you know, exposed a lot of muscles over here. So here would be the acromiodeltoid deltoid, and over here do you see the connective tissue? Over here would be the spinal deltoid. Do you see what I'm saying? See this oval shaped muscle here? Spinal deltoid to deltoid. So I'm gonna kind of go here. You see, it is right there. So if it's like that, I can just mix just small snippets, just on the underside of it. Okay, because I'm gonna be sort of trying to separate here this triceps brachii long head. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to expose the brachioradialis. You see what I'm saying? Always do that. Okay. So this is the brachioradialis. Okay. And the brachialis is going to be here. So here what I'm going to do is I kind of went over here. So there's that. Some of this is kind of this connective tissue. brachialis dash dash dash, because there's no equivalent. This one here, it's a flat muscle, but I'm not gonna have you do that today. I'm just gonna have you do this. Then after you've done this, then you come here. Okay, it's just that I wanted to kind of remove because I'm gonna come here very soon, right? Okay. So there's that. Okay. So now we're gonna try and get this connective tissue here. Okay, and we cut up to here. Then we can finish off this cut, so we can then do this. But you see, I didn't go here until I done this. Make sure my levator scapulae, you see, this is the levator scapulae is free. Okay, so then I picked my little deal here. So this is the connective tissue that is in the back, separating the acromiotrapezius from the other acromiotrapezius on that side. Isn't that cool? So this is some of the stuff that was in your practical the dissection skills exam. So I do that, okay, and then I do this, I cut all the way up to here. You see? So here I may have to cut the muscle because this is all muscle here. The connective tissue ends right there, right? And then I do this on this side. So I might want to remove this connective tissue with this fat here, because then it's covering my deal. And you can see the fat is glistening and it's doing its thing. You see what I'm saying? Because now I'm going to do this spinal trapezius. Before I can do this, latissimus dorsi. Okay? I'm going to do just a few separations here, and the muscles that I'm going to reveal, it's like a lot. You will see for yourself after I've done this. And you see what I'm saying? Did you see what I did, guys, when I did this? Ding, 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 like that. Okay? I'm trying to do it nice and slowly so you could see it. So you get this connective tissue here. Okay?